Vijaytia has a very special place in my heart. I had done my 12th from Pune and I came over to Vijaytia for engineering in the 30% quota at that time, which was outside Mumbai students. And I always had a dream to do my engineering in Vijaytia. I was fortunate to come here. When I look back at Vijaytia, I'm reminded of three things. One is the set of great professors. Bharat Madam, Akre Sir, Mr. Rana, I don't know how many of them are around, but Nambiar, Hassan Nambiar, and so on. So that really helped me from a very good base, and that was first. Second, I remember a set of great friendships I formed here. And some friends, we are all still in touch. And Vijaytia was the first place probably which taught me collaboration, how to work together. And the third thing is really what I learned is brand is important. And Vijaytia is a brand. You have to go out with confidence. Vijaytia is a brand. We are the best engineering institute in the state, and it matters. While Bharatana, Vijaytia L&T was my dream job. I wanted to get into it. And I never thought about management or CAT or MBA. I did not take the CAT or the GMAT or whatever while I was in college. Aim was to get into L&T, and again I got through the campus. That was a dream job. I always thought I'd be there for life. At L&T, frankly, I was part of the management leadership program, which was the top 2-3% of the people they got together. And I was rotated through a number of departments, starting with manufacturing, marketing, design, actual project management, and so on. In my 4 years, that is where probably I learned the things big hand, doing things big hand. I was on the shop floor managing 70 people in night shifts for a year. That taught me, how things happen on the ground. I was in planning for a year, which taught me how to plan things. I was 1 year in marketing and international business, which told me how to sell things. So in a short period, span of 4 years, I learned the whole end-to-end value chain of the business. And it was my mentor at L&T who really pushed me to say that times have changed. You don't need to stay here for life. You really like L&T so much. Do your MBA and come back. And that's when I really thought about doing an MBA. And with a few colleagues, we gave GMAT. I took GMAT, I took CAT, and all of that, and finally I ended up doing this. I firmly believe that you need to have a couple of years of experience before you go for it. And that is important because you really learn things doing with your hand. You can understand the intricacies of organization when you work for a couple of years before it. It just helps you propel much faster after your MBA. The business world that you enter after your MBA, if you have maybe 2, 3, 4 years of experience beforehand, it just helps you propel much faster. I know a lot of us go for our MBA immediately, you have the IIT, immediate IIM, and they are equally successful. And I just feel that you need to be doing things with your hand on the ground. And once after MBA, probably as you get into a different business world, your chances of doing that are better. So McKinsey, by the way, I never thought I would be in McKinsey for more than 2 years. I just wanted to try it and get back into industry. I always was a man who wanted to dirty my hands. But McKinsey has amazed me in the last 9 years. The power, management concern, the power that it gives you to change the fate of businesses is amazing. You work on the top 2 or 3 things that a business and the CEO is after. You get access to, the top echelons of the industry. You are solving the problem and people are listening to what you are saying. I work a lot with the government as well in in policy and helping the government think through implementing the right policy and the way they listen to us. That power I don't think we get anywhere else, because in every other business organization they have their what I call as Nihit Swartha. As consultants we have no stake in recommending something that we are recommending. So that makes us really take the objective lens and a lens which will do good for the country or the company or the corporation that we are working with. Risk, I actually see it as a very positive thing. As a partner of a management consulting firm, not only are you sharing profits, but more importantly, you get the independence of doing what you want to do. As an employee, you are reporting to somebody. As a partner, you frankly don't report to it. The firm is yours. It's for you to build. It's for you to decide which sector to be in. It's for you to decide which clients you want to serve. It's for you to decide what really you want to do. I don't need to go out and ask, for example, for a leave. If I want to spend time with family, if I want to take a vacation, I am my own master. So it's like a startup, right? You are your own master. So I don't really see risks. I would actually say if you want to go for a startup, though it is never late to do a startup. But if you really have that bent of mind, start early. We have a couple of years of experience, 4 or 5 years of experience. I still say you should have 4 or 5 years of experience, because then you see the reality of the world. In college, I remember I used to be so naive, thinking the world is so perfect. It's not. The business world is not. Okay? You have to navigate yourself. By you do the right things, you need to make sure that others don't really pounce on you. And therefore have a couple of years where you see the real world, and then follow your dream, follow your idea, and for getting startups, get started as early as possible. The later you make, the propensity of you getting in is going to become difficult, because you have now got used to and you have got used to maybe being risk averse, and then you don't want to take that risk. Maybe two major ways. One is being a consultant has really brought me in touch with a variety of industry and others. I have really understood the importance of networking, the importance of people skills, the importance of managing people. I think that is one way has changed. Second is just perspectives. And I remained in one organization, I would have been very narrow. Whereas now, I can go into any business and let them turn around. I can think about their business end to end. I don't think about a sliver of improvement. So as I go into a business, I first ask questions like market capitalization, EBITDA, where the business is going, what can happen to, what can we do to turn it around, and then I go down, of saying, if we make that happen, what do we need? So that I think was just a perspective. So these two things. No, I think digital analytics is a big disruption. Many of us are not either acknowledging or are not realizing the magnitude of. I think not only in consulting but across the industry, I think this digital and analytics is going to bring a big change. I'll give a simple example. Now even the decision of purchasing cars. Okay? One of the latest studies show that 90% of these decisions are actually made online. People are making decisions online. Okay, fashion we thought or not. People will not buy online, particularly in India. I think all of us are now buying online. Grocery is going on. Right? We now have Olas and Ubers of the world. I think the way digital will change the industry, that these obvious industries we are seeing being changed, but even the hardcore industrial industries, even textile or matter, you belong to, or civil or mechanical companies, digital is going to change the whole game in three ways. One is just the operations that we have, how to make them more efficient. You have multitude years of data, steel plants, okay, for example, or mines. Okay, they have, or manufacturing plants. They have data based on which you're doing advanced analytics, machine learning. You can say what are the settings you need to make in your systems to make them most efficient. Highest productivity, lowest cost. Okay, in-house. Do it yourself, right? Operations. Second place where the disruption is going to help is on the marketing front end. How do I reach the customer fastest and the best way? I mean, there are companies like Seat who are doing tires, right? And they have apps telling consumers of what it takes to maintain your own vehicles, which has nothing to do with marketing, right? But once you have used, when these consumers start using this app which is helping them, they automatically get connected with Seat, for example. And the chance of you buying a Seat tire is more than buying some other tire because you're not buying. So in different ways market. And the third place where it's going to change is just the ability to create overall impact as a company, connecting employees, connecting people, making a difference just to the industry and the country as a whole through what you are doing. I think it's phenomenal, right? I mean, I sometimes get scared. Maybe there will be companies which will take it, and similar with consulting, and we have to now all customize our offerings to these analytic-based and digital-based transformations rather than the traditional transformation. I personally believe India is going to be the bright spot, already a bright spot. Everywhere else in the world, things are slowing down. The likes of Brexits and the Trumps and the America First is coming in. I think India and China, to be fair, is really where the action is going to shift. And the way it opens up opportunities for us is that there are going to be businesses which are going to be built, which we never thought. For example, we never thought there could have been a Ola or your Flipkart or your Amazon of the world, okay? And in India. So industries, companies, even the growth of core industries is going to just take place immensely. And I think India has had opportunities. I would rather see now people from outside coming in. And Indian youth have to now really take it upon themselves to build something good. Build these businesses, get and make innovations. Innovation is the key. We all, try to get into something where it will be a comfort zone for us. But innovate, and this is the right time to innovate. If we all start thinking about innovation today, we can be at a very different plane as a country, India. And as your business that one will get into. Just the VJTI thing, right? When we were there, we never had that alumni association. Now I can see this so much more, you people reaching out to alumni, taking help from alumni on the help, and so on. And it's innovation. You are also, in your own ways, innovating. Think about innovation, not big. So innovate. I can talk about the industry, and I can't talk about other management consultants. But for at least in McKinsey, okay, we are all a set of partnership which is driven to really make a change. We have worked with organizations, we have worked with countries who really changed the game from being a small $1 million company. We have taken companies to being multi-billion dollars. Handheld, partnered with them to make the changes happen. We are partnered with countries. Even in India, we work a lot with both the central government and the state governments on issues of public interest to fundamentally change the trajectory of what is happening. So we work, as I said, we work on the best of the problems. We have the best of the people collaborating together to make change happen. And we really work for the interests of our clients and countries at large to make a transformation. To be very frank, I had never planned it. Except maybe VJTI. I wanted to come to VJTI, even though I was not in Mumbai all the while. But post that, it just happened. LNT, I wanted to, it happened. McKinsey, ISB, I never wanted to, it happened. McKinsey, I never thought I would get into it happen. So I've gone with the flow, but I've been thoughtful in what I have done. I think as I reflect back, when I was in ISB, I never thought, I would traverse a journey. I always wanted to, but I never thought how it exactly happened. I just did the best in whatever I was doing, and there were certain decisions which went right. I just want to say three things, which as you people think about your future. Think big. Don't limit yourself to small goals. Unless you think of the moon, you will never be able to jump high. So think big and dirty your hand, right? Excel at whatever you are doing. No job is a menial job. So and second, collaborate. One can never become successful alone. You have to collaborate with people. Do good to people, people will automatically do good to you. So never be a solo player, don't be alone. Be a leader, but don't be alone. Take everyone along, be collaborative. And thirdly, my sense is brand is important. Don't ever compromise on a brand. It has to be a VJTI, it has to be a VJTI, it has to be a McKinsey, it has to be. You have to be the best. Don't go after money. Don't look after immediately as you go out. Don't purely look at money immediately. If you go for a brand, in the long term the NPV is anyway high, including the pure NPV, money NPV, not only the other thing to come. So those are three things I wanted to suggest to all.